Hi, I'm Father Andrew Harmon. I'm the priest at St. Matthew's Church in North Royalton, Ohio. I'm sitting in my new office in our new church because we had a bad fire, and I'll just briefly tell you about that. We had a fire caused by an electric light gone bad back in November of 2017, over 2.5 years ago. And it totally destroyed the temple half of the church, and pretty close to totally destroyed the hall Sunday school half. We were able eventually, and my office is in that new half, we were able to rebuild that, still using the same walls and roof, but it was almost a total rebuild. So we made it a little bit bigger, and it's a lot prettier. We'll give you a glimpse of that in a few minutes. But anyway, after the fire, we had to meet in all kinds of different places. Kept services going, kept the parish life going pretty well, really. Over the years, we met in 2 different funeral homes several times. We met in a monastery, we met in a couple different American Legion halls, and we did kind of longer-term rentals of 3 church buildings. So we were on the move. And once the hall half of the church is rebuilt, almost a year ago now, late in the summer, last year, we moved back in here and set up our hall for a temporary church. And we are now just about ready to move out of the hall into the temple. And we're going to take you over there in a little bit. The temple is built. We just have a few finishing touches and should be in there within a couple of weeks or so to start services. So it's been a really kind of crazy 2.5 years. A lot of chaos, a lot of moving, a lot of money needed. New churches aren't cheap, you can probably guess. But we've been able to work it all out, thanks be to God. He's been with us every step of the way. He's blessed us, preserved us, helped us. He's even helped us to grow a number of people during all this time, which is pretty exciting. And of course, we hope to grow more when we get our new church building, but it's been a good 2.5 years. So we are going to break for just a minute and show you the hall half, just real briefly, where we have church currently for a couple more Sundays. And then we'll take another quick break and go over to the new temple next week. Thank you. Hi, Father Andrew again. We're now in the new hall education wing, which for almost a year has been a church. Rashid, if you want to show the front here, you can see we have it set up, and it's worked pretty well. Obviously, kind of simple temporary iconostas and so forth, but holds 120 people when we set up max, so it has not been too bad. I want to introduce our 2 virtual Antiochian Village counselors this year. You know why they're not at the camp right now, they're here, but they're still doing things for the camp. So it's Olivia Ibrahim and Fuad Zagayev. So if you'd each like to say a few words before we go over to the church.
I'm Olivia, counselor this year, obviously with Fuad, and I've been coming to this church my whole life. It's been crazy the past few years, but I'm super excited to see the new church and spend time in it, and I really like what's been happening.
And I'm Fuad. I've been going to St. Matthew North Royalton since 2010, I think, and these past 2.5 years have been hectic, and I'm really excited for this new church and being able to serve and worship in it.
Okay. Well, thank you. We're going to go over to the temple and show it to you. It's 95% done. We hope to be able to start services probably in a couple of weeks. And Fuad and Olivia are going to tell you a little bit about what went on.
So, in the new temple, a lot of the things that we have now are donated. So the pews, all of these iconostasis, and the giant icon of the Joe in the back of the altar were all donated from another church. So that helped us out a lot.
And this new temple is now facing east, as our original building was not facing east when we first bought it. So now we fixed that, so now it is facing east as a Orthodox temple should be.
A couple other things about it, it's a fair amount bigger than our old church, the one that burned. And, probably about 33% increase, I think. I'm guessing a little bit in attendance possibilities. So that is a positive thing. And also the design of the church is an original design, of course, by our architect. But there was an attempt to model a little bit from the old church, because we like that church too, even though we're done, it's beautiful. So the wooden support beams remind us of what we had in the old church. This is bigger, it's higher, it's definitely Orthodox style, facing east is what I mentioned, the cupola, Hanukkah, and so forth. So it's quite a bit different, but it still does have the same basic A shape that the old church had, although much bigger, dramatic way. So there's a little bit of reminiscence of our old church because we were in there for almost 30 years, and it was nice. But this is nicer, and so we're very, very happy to be here. We are now going to go outside, and we will be outside.
Before we go outside, one more thing. This is something we didn't have in our previous temple. This is an adult size baptismal that we've added because recently we've been having a lot more adults convert to Orthodox.
Hello again, we're out in the parking lot and up near the front of the building. I want to show you a couple things here. We're very close to complete outside too, but there are a couple things to be done and then we'll be able to move in. One thing I was going to mention, you'll see kind of a blank white area up high on the front wall. And the reason for that is we're still hoping to soon, or at least pretty soon, install a large icon of St. Matthew, our patron saint. So that's why that's left a little bit up there.
And also, the concrete that's down in the front of this church in the breezeway is just started yesterday, so that's another thing that hopefully will get done within the next 2 weeks.
And as you can see, we have the breezeway connecting the church to the hall, so we can have coffee time after church. And that just about wraps it up. We thank you all for watching, and goodbye.